ceiling on here? Somebody that has fireflies?
Yes.
Is that is that yours, Dr. Harris?
No, that's not mine. Okay, let's see. We're live. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Success Mentorship class number 406. Wow. This is Dr. Herbert Harris, and every Saturday morning here, we are on Instagram, YouTube, and in our special mastermind group, a group of super achievers, people who get up at 5 a.m. in the morning in California and whatever time in Ghana to be here with us. Our topic for today is one that is really designed to prepare us for the end of the year, and it's called I Meet No One But Me. I invite all of you, of course, to visit our website, herbertharris.com, to get a copy of our book, autographed copies of our book at www.theperfectgift.me. And then we, of course, have our upcoming webinar, New You for the New Year, next Saturday, and you can register for that one at newyouforthenewyear.com. www.newyouforthenewyear.com. So now we have taken care of all of the administrative stuff. Let us prepare now with our meditation. Just sit straight up in your seat. Let's close our outer eyes. Open our inner eyes. Take a deep breath and hold it. Let it out slowly. Take a deep breath and hold it. Let it out slowly. And reaffirm, I am at peace with myself. Let us affirm that together. I am at peace with myself. And just let that peace sink in. And in this moment of peace and relaxation, my mind is open, receptive,
You never have
and ready
anything
to
for me.
learn. Let us affirm that together. My mind is open, receptive, and ready to learn. Let that sink in. Take a deep breath. Let it out slowly. And so it is. This program today, this topic, I Meet No One But Me. This is Success Mentorship class number 406. And the topic is, I Meet No One But Me. There's a quote, I think, that really sets the stage for this message. And it's actually a scripture. It's from the book of Matthew, the 8th chapter and the 13th verse. And it says, as you have believed, so be it done unto you. As you have believed, so be it done unto you. And so the thought there is, I meet no one but me. I sometimes think about it as the mirror principle of life. In other words, you want to see yourself as you really are, but even a step further than that, the world we live in through our mind. In other words, the world that we experience is really the world that we project. We're going to develop that a little bit. If we think about it, when you're walking down the street and somebody smiles at you, you almost automatically smile back at them. And so this idea of that the world that we experience is one that we project is kind of frightening. you know? But it's also empowering because it says that if the world that we live in and the world that we experience is a reflection of what's inside us, then that means we have the power to change it. Wow. And so your experiences are mirrors, your relationships are mirrors, even the opportunity, even the obstacles or the opportunities that you experience are mirrors who reveal who you really are inside. So let's really get into this a little bit more. I meet no one but me. The keys to this concept, first key is that life reflects what you bring it. So everyone reflects whatever they accept as true. I often say two people can go to the same party. You always bring yourself to the party. I think that's a more temporal way of saying it. Two people can attend the same party. One will say, man, this is an incredible party. The people are beautiful. The music is great. We're having a ball. The food is good. And the person standing right next to them can say, oh man, this is a terrible party. All these folks are stuck up. The food is overcooked. The music is old time music. I don't like it. And so this idea that we have the ability to create the world based on what we project is an awesome thing. My good friend and my mentor and my former employer, Reverend Ike, says, you can't get out of life what you don't see in yourself first. You can't get out of life what you don't see in yourself first. So this idea of I meet no one but me is really a personification of the law of attraction. The law of attraction says that we don't pursue success, we attract success. We don't pursue results, we attract results by sending out an energy, a vibration that's congruent with the thing that we desire. So if you project a sense of unworthiness, there's some people that because of your background, because of the way you were raised, you have this sense that I am not worthy of making big money. I am not worthy of the good things in life. Now, we don't say that to ourselves, but there's a subconscious vibration inside of us. When you send out that vibration, even though it's subconscious, the people around you experience it and they reflect it back. They confirm it. So in our lives, if whatever's going on in our lives right now is something that we don't like, that's not pleasant, then I meet no one but me says, go to the mirror. That the cause for whatever that relationship, whatever that feeling is something inside you. There's also, science behind this idea, the idea of the reticular activating system. It's you might say a neuroscientific concept that your mind automatically filters out only those things that agree with your ideas, with your dominant ideas. So if you feel that you walk into that party and you see people nicely dressed, and in your mind you say that's a symbol of they're stuck up, that they're frauds, that are not real people, then that's how you will see it. So there's a lot of science involved with what we're talking about. The bottom line, though, is that the world changes when you change. The world always confirms what you're sending out. We have the upcoming New You for the New Year webinar, and part one of that webinar is to really assess yourself, assess your actions, assess your thoughts, assess your emotions, assess your habits, assess your relationships. Because when you assess these things, this gives you a good picture of what you're sending out. Once you can get, as we say, flip the switch now, that it's not a world outside that we live in, but it's a world that we project from what we feel inside. So this idea of assessing where you are right now, I meet no one but me, is critical at this time of the year because it's important that whatever brought you to this point in life, if it does not serve you, if it undermines you, if it slows you down, then drop it, get rid of it. But if it does uplift you, if it does inspire you, if it does make you work harder, then do more of it. So that first key, life reflects what you bring to it. And so the mirror technique says always examine yourself first. And then you can look at how you interact with the world. So the world changes when you change. Very often people make that mistake that they can change other people. There's a quote that says, when I was young, I thought that I could change the world. As I grew older and more mature, I realized that I changed the world by changing myself. The second key to I meet no one but me is that every encounter, every exercise, every situation is a message. So the question is always, what is life showing you? We look at the parable of the prodigal son, and after he had partied all of his money away and he's in the pig pen of life. Now that's a heck of a message. Okay, you started out with great wealth and now you end up broke feeding somebody else's pigs. That's a message. But now how you interpret the messages of the life experience that you have is the key. You see, the prodigal son could have said, woe is me. I deserve this. But instead he said, hey, in my father's house, even the servants have food enough and more. So what he was saying was that he comes from a good family. He comes from a good source. Each of us is created by God, by whatever name, but by an all-knowing, all-powerful source. And we're created for a good reason. Now, this living process can corrupt that by being born into a family of discord and all those kind of things. But the moment the prodigal son said, aha, I was created for a good purpose. My family, my father has stuff, is prosperous, has all the things that I need. And he did something profound. He said, I will arise and go to my father. And so every message in life, every encounter, every experience is a message. So when someone irritates you, that's a message. When someone disrespects you, that's a message. But then when someone inspires you, that's also a message. When someone lifts you higher, that's a powerful message. You know, when we talk about the law of relationships, the two most powerful words on the planet are thank you. So this idea now that everything is a message that comes to you, then as we go through the experiences now of closing out this year, and we look at our situation when we assess where we are, the question is, what is the lesson to learn from my situation? If it's people, what is this person showing me about me? If this person can irritate me, what are they showing me about me? If this is a person who treats me badly, but yet I hang around, what is it showing me about me? So it's not a blame yourself. It's really about empowering yourself. And that sort of segues into the second part of the New You for the New Year webinar, which is about change. What do I have to change in my life to create the life that I want? So if someone shows up who's very dismissive toward you, then life is telling you to honor yourself. It's also saying, run, get away from those people. If someone who shows up is supportive, then life is showing you that your vibration is appropriate and you're attracting into your space the people who can help you and lift you up. You know, many times our vibrations are always pure. Our interpretation of them. You know, we can have a good nature, and I know that you've known people who are really good-natured people, good people. And when they meet people, people want to help them. They want to support them. They say, man, you're such a nice person. But then as you get to know them better, there's something underlying. I have a friend that's a talented craftsman and just a good personality, and people like him. but he's a drunk. And the moment he drinks that liquor, he changes his whole perspective, his whole attitude. And so he has a string of people who wanted to help him until they found out who he really was. So this idea now of what you radiate, you attract is powerful. So you meet no one but you means you meet your beliefs, that whatever you experience in life is a result of your thinking. It means you meet your habits. Whatever habits you can consistently demonstrate, you're living them. It means that you meet your attitudes. If you're always a sourpuss and always critical of everything going on, then look at what's being attracted into your life. Excuse me. But you also meet your expectations. You know, the book, the Class on Miracles said the miracles exist all around us. We just have to learn how to see them. So in life, expect a miracle. When the prodigal son is in the pig pen of life, he expected a miracle by a realization that he was there, his life, no matter what his condition, he was still created for a good purpose. So as you change inside, this idea, I meet no one but me, as you change the inside, life changes the outside. Excuse me. You look at the people you attract onto the boat that is your life. And I love that image that life is a boat and we're on that boat. And on that boat, we have a crew. And these are the people that we have permitted, even invited to come onto the boat that is our life. But if they are not supportive, if they're not on one accord with you and your journey, guess what? Your very crew can keep you going around in circles. So this thought now of after you assess where you are right now by looking in that mirror, then look at the things you need to change in your thinking, in your emotions, in your habits, in your relationships. The third key is you attract what you are aligned with. See, the universe is all about energy. The law of attraction says like attracts like. The people who live with fear attract fearful situations. In the book of Job, it says, the things I feared have come upon me. And so if you're living a life of fear, fearful of not having enough money, fearful of not having enough education, fearful of all the things you don't have, then you're going to just attract more of that into your life. So stop it. People who live life with confusion. You know, if you're unclear about where you're going and what you're supposed to be doing with your life, then you will always have complicated relationships. You know, when we look at the law of relationships, there are four basic relationships. The first relationship is your relationship with your source. So the relationship with your source is critical. That is the relationship with the vibration of the universe. And so when the prodigal son was in the pig pen of life, his relationship with the source, his father, gave him the strength and the vision to get out of that situation. So in our daily lives, when we are in the pig pens of our lives, when stuff is going on that we do not like, we do not enjoy, we do not want to perpetuate, then we can flip the script by saying, you know, I'm a creation of God. God does not create junk. So I must be here for a holy purpose, for a great purpose, a good purpose. So if I'm going through these changes in my life right now, let me not say, woe is me. Let me say, what is the lesson that I am supposed to learn from this? On the other hand, people who live with clarity attract clear pathways. When you're clear about where you're going, if you notice that the world makes way for you, when you're clear about what you want and what you're dedicated to, people show up to help you. And so this idea of energy works positively and negatively. That's the interesting thing. But the message is, though, you have the power to use it positively for your benefit. So when you change the vibration, when you change what you're sending out, when you change how you feel about yourself, when you change your habits, when you change your relationships, the world changes and brings you different people, different situations, different experiences. When you upgrade your consciousness, you upgrade your network of people. And that segues into that third idea of the new you for the new year, which is once you've assessed your life, once you have understood the changes that are necessary, then now you must recalculate. On your success GPS in your car when you're driving along and you make a wrong turn, the machine says recalculating, because the machine is always trying to get you where you say you want to go. So when we go through this assessment and these changes now, we have to recalculate where we're going. Maybe the goals we had for ourselves were not realistic. Maybe they were just not realistic at this moment. Maybe it was too big a gap that we need some intermediary goals to help get us there. But it is this type of analysis of I meet no one but me that says I have the power now to set new goals. I have the power now to make new visions. You see, if your vision is not clear, the scripture is so clear. It says, where there's no vision, the people perish. So if you attract what you're aligned with and you're not aligned with anything, guess what? You get whatever the world mind gets for you. There's always a vibration, a universal vibration. You either go in the direction of your vision or in the direction that the world vision is taking you. So don't chase anything, attract everything you want. When you rise up, the universe rises up to match what you give. Back to that analogy of the prodigal son. Remember when the father saw the prodigal son, in other words, it said when he was a long way off, the father rushed to meet him and rushed to give him the ring, the robes, and all the trappings of success. And so this says to you that the moment you change your mindset about who you are, the moment you rise above your circumstances and focus on your vision and your purpose, the universe doesn't challenge you. It doesn't criticize. It just grants whatever it is that you need to take you to the next level. And so finally, the fourth key is what I like to call the power of spiritual responsibility. I'm not talking about guilt. I'm not talking about blame. I'm talking about spiritual power. That the moment you accept that you have the power to create that new person, you literally put a vibration in motion to bring it about. You see, once you accept responsibility, this is really congruent with the fourth part of the new you for the new year transformational webinar. Once you've assessed, once you've addressed, once you've set a new vision now, then it's that spiritual responsibility that says, I have the power to get it done. I have the power to change it. If I created the world by my thinking, then I have the power to uncreate it, to create something different. If I have experiencing things that I don't like in my life, and I recognize that I attracted them, I now have the power to release them. So there's no reason to be stuck in whatever you're doing right now. You can release anything that's not good for you. Get rid of all the baggage so that you can soar into next year. And that's really the point of when we talk about the new you for the new year webinar, to prepare you this year. You're on the runway of life, that if I can get you off the runway by the end of the year, then you start next year in flight. I'll give you another one now. If I allowed it, I can change it. You know, as we create this new person now, this new person that we want to become, we realize that taking this spiritual responsibility, that we can now get rid of negative thinking and know that it will work. Know that we can get rid of negative thoughts and replace them with positive thoughts. We can get rid of negative emotions of fear and jealousy and insecurity and replace them with positive emotions of courage and compassion and love. We know that we are no longer a slave to our habits. We can overcome any habit that does not serve us, that does not lift us up, that does not take us where we want to go. And most importantly, we now have the power to change relationships. There's some people you just have to deny access. If you can't run, at least deny access to them. Remember this, the energy that you have to put up to neutralize negative vibrations around you takes away from the energy that you could be giving to your goals, to your vision, and to your purpose. So you do not meet tomorrow. You meet the version of yourself that creates tomorrow. You do not meet success. You meet the success that's already in you. You do not meet abundance. You meet the abundant consciousness within you. You know, it's so clear when we think of this. You know, there are people that have millions of dollars, but in their mind, they're still afraid of going broke. So it has nothing to do with the manifestation. It has to do with what's inside you. That you will move to the next level. And I think that's the essence of everything, that closing the year out. I want to move and make next year better than this year. With the new you for the new year, I want that new me to be much better than the old me. And so you don't meet the next level. You show yourself ready for the next level, and the next level will come and manifest in your life. See, life responds. These are laws of success. These are not suggestions. That when you create the vibration, the energy level, the desire level of anything you want, nothing is impossible. If you want better from the world, then expect better from yourself. Better people make a better world. The way you think about yourself becomes the way the world responds to you. The way you speak to yourself becomes the way the world speaks back to you. The way you honor yourself is the way that the world honors you. So it's always an inside job. So walk like you're worthy, and doors will open. Speak like you are the chosen one, and the resources will appear. Stand like you are living your destiny, and destiny responds to you. The world really becomes an echo of what you shout inside. When Muhammad Ali said, "I am the greatest," and he said it over and over and over, and in time, the world confirmed it. And long before he made his transition, the world had said, "You are the greatest." Statistically, was he? Yeah, debatable. But the thought that he was the greatest was the thought that he lived. So let's wrap up. Number one, life reflects what you bring to it. So whatever you bring to it, assess it so that you know what you're dealing with. Number two, every encounter, everything that happens with you is for a message, is a learning experience. So therefore, no matter how bad it is, when you ask that question, what is the positive lesson I must learn from this? You will be guided appropriately. Number three, you attract what you are. You attract what you're aligned with. So let your vibrations always be positive, of abundance, of health, of happiness, of love, of success, of prosperity, of money, of all forms of good things. And then finally, that spiritual responsibility. You have the power now to transform your world from what it is to whatever you want it to be. The world treats you how you treat yourself. If you walk through the world like a champion, the world will treat you like a champion. Ali walked through the world, I am the greatest. The world treated him as I am the greatest. You have that same power. So if you want to be better, expect more. Let your affirmation these days be every day and every way I'm getting better and better. Let each day be a testament to your desire and your drive to live your dreams, to realize your vision, and to become one with your purpose. When you can do these things, nothing is impossible. You can be what you want to be, do what you want to do, and have anything you desire, always knowing that the best is yet to come. So it is. Just take a breather for a moment. Thank you so much for being with us today. Be sure to go to our website. Get your copy of the 12 Universal Laws of Success, theperfectgift.me. Go to our New You for the New Year webinar so that you can understand and go through the process of creating that new person that you want to move on to the next level. Be sure to go to our website, www.newYouForTheNewYear.com. And those of you who are listening today, be sure to be, do, and have anything you desire, always knowing that the best is yet to come. Thank you so much on Instagram. So many of you were there. Matthew, P. Ricky, Dr. Rogers. Thank you on YouTube. We have a great audience there. Wow, people really showed up today. Thank you so much. And thank you to our mastermind group. So hold on, mastermind group, so we can hear and feel your interaction.